Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. So I haven't played this tank in a while. I'm going to be testing it to see if my configuration is appropriate. I think that the gun aims pretty quickly, and I got the turbocharger on it, which should be helpful. It'll allow me to get around. My concern is the repair speed. Because I'm used to using the repair kits. You know, if I can get rid of repair kits, I could put something else on to improve performance, like fuel and food. Yeah, I must have played it because it's obviously got a flag on it. I'm really good at this style of tank, too. This is the AT-8. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is Prokhorovka. So I like these tanks. A lot of people don't like them. And to be honest, this is similar to the Tortoise, which is one of the more popular tanks in the game. And I had horrible games with the Tortoise. The reason why is because when the Badger came out, they gave us like a couple of weeks to get the Badger. And if we got it, we could keep the FV215B183. And I had just gotten the Tortoise. I had like one day to level through the Tortoise as quickly as I could. And I got the Badger, and I got to keep the FV215B183. So I really didn't enjoy playing the Tortoise, but maybe someday I'll be able to go through it again. If it's ever for sale, I'll buy it again. The armor really is good. If you're good at angling, you should be fine. This is a Tier 6-7 game. About half the tanks are Tier 6 and half are Tier 7. I don't know if this turbocharger is really making a difference. It should, because it gives you an extra 4 kilometers on the top. They got a lot of tanks on the other side. Oh, come on, they gypped me. If I had a lot of rounds, I mean, what would happen if you just kept blind firing over here? I mean, there's got to be tanks down this row, right? And you see how you knock these trees down? You want to knock it so it blocks the road so that the enemy can't see your allies down the road. See what a great job I did knocking it down? Just going to blind fire a little bit. You fire and then you move it a little bit over. You know what? I think this is in the wrong direction, so I'm going to start going over this way. I do have the directive for the clutch braking. The Panther must have been spotted. So watch, I'm going to knock this tree down again. So again, I do that because it'll help my allies who are in the back. They're less likely to get spotted. I did miss a shot on him because I was I'm working on recording videos. I would have shot at him earlier, but I was getting the recording so that you could be more informed. You do want to be where there is safety. Like, there's safety right in front of me, so why not go that way, right? Score is 5-0. Right in front of me, there's a depression, a depressed area. So I could come over to here and then dive into that depressed area if I could spot it. Let my allies nail them so I don't get spotted. This is not good. We got to spot these losers. So I guess I'm just going to plow through and cross my fingers and hope for the best before they get wise. Oh, I took the auto aim off by mistake. My armor is going to give me some protection. You see, I am bouncing a lot of shots. I need my come on, allies. Doesn't look like they're listening. They didn't take out that Challenger. Can you believe that? Maybe they weren't paying attention. So that's what happens when you wait too long. There were, as I pointed out at the beginning of the game, there were a lot of enemy tanks over here. And I guess I wasn't paying attention because I was chatting with you. And it looks like a lot of them won over here and they won in the middle. And we were too slow. We didn't do anything. I should have advanced a lot sooner. It's an 88. So that means it was your fault. That's an 88. 1,000. Damn, it would be nice if I got some blind firing. Pro Korovka. I'll be back. I'll be back. You think he can win? Nope. It's hard to kill another tank when the other tank is right in front of you. I don't know how he snuck up on him. So the blind firing didn't make a difference. Look at that, 1,300 spot damage. Okay, so I really... Oh, you know what? I forgot to see if they were hitting me with HE. If I were to remove one of these, I could put the high octane gasoline. So we're going to try out the high octane gasoline, which I recommend. If you have a car, you should put high octane gasoline in it. That's for sure. With a sluggish vehicle, the gasoline will help, like if you're going up a hill or something. And I'm going to read the news. Eddie Van Halen is in the news today. I think there's a music group named after him, the Eddies or something like that. Okay, so at the beginning of the battle, I'm going to help out my team. And the rest of the battle, F them, you know? This vehicle is the AT-8. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is Karelia. So at the start of the game, I'm going to take up a sniping position right over here. And we're going to see if we can help out the light tanks. My guess is that they're not the brightest. And I don't have like a preferred position. I just drove out here. You really, like if you're planning to go to the east, you really want to park somewhere on the east. That's one of the mistakes I made. I should have moved more easterly. And I'm only going to stay so long. He's got like, yeah, they didn't come spot over here. Only the IKV went. And just so you know, that IKV is not a good tank. The gun fires slow velocity HE rounds, so it's really hard to hit anything. Okay, it's time for me to leave. And he's out of the game. I doubt I can hit him. And you doubted correctly. So we're at Tier 6. The game is 5, 6, and 7. We should be fine. Missed my chance at that Chaffee over there. Probably not going to be able to hit him. I think the smart thing to do is to go this way, be strong armor. The KV-122's armor is pretty good, but it looks like they're taking a beating. One of the things you want to do, if you're super smart like I am, is you want to block damage for your team, because if the enemy's firing at you, they're not firing at your allies. And I have discovered that in games when I block a lot of damage, like if I block 6,000 or 8,000 damage, we usually win those games. Because of the way the gun is situated and the cupola, I'm going to park it right over here. I'm going to slow them down. Tried to track him and it actually worked. That's pretty cool. You can see that I'm aiming for his track. I do need to do damage. You know, you don't want to waste your shots. You don't want to sit and keep on tracking him and not do any damage. I'm up to 687 damage. That's actually pretty good. Oh, what are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? What you going to do? Oh, you're going to miss me? Oh, you're going to miss me. I am checking the repair speed. It's okay. Nothing special. Aim time is pretty good. Because I got to figure out, like, what am I going to put my equipment and consumables toward? He hit me with HE, but I do have the spall liner, which does help with HE. And again, if he's bouncing off me, he's not hitting my allies. Looks like my ally's not doing too good. Set me on fire. So what he did was pretty smart. That was a smart move. Mirael. He's got a magical name. I did get up to 1,500 damage. I blocked 2,100. I did slow them down. If I hadn't done that, my team would have lost this game. Now, if I hadn't done that, they would have advanced a lot faster. So obviously we got the SU-152. He could probably one-shot everybody in the game. What he's doing here is a mistake. He's really got to act a lot faster, because the more he waits, the more it's to his disadvantage. The enemy's going to surround him. You know, what I would do is I would rush at M4 and take a chance at taking him out, and then you get at least a chance to reload. But what's going to happen is he's going to be 2-on-1 and then 3-on-1. See, now he's 2-on-1. You see he's quickly reacting. No, now he's 3-on-1. Now he's 4-on-1. He decided to go for the lower hit points. And maybe being in that bush wasn't such a good idea, because the T-29 could hit him on the side. If he got behind that rock in front of him, the T-29 would not have been able to hit him from the side. Oh, he missed a shot, it looks like. He lost. I thought he was going to win. Can't wait to see all the hate messages I'm going to get. You suck. You didn't play that tank to its full potential. I'd like to have a day when I go in a game with no repair kits. So that's 1,500 damage with the AT-8. It's so hot. I would consider getting rid of the gun rammer. It aims quickly. The coated optics and the binocs can give you additional EXP. Vents are always good. Yeah, I can come up with good equipment, but it depends on what map you're on. Like the binocs are no good on a city map. Is this Karelia again? Cool. Like this is an example where binocs would have been really nice. It kind of makes sense because the gun is on the left side to go to the left side. This vehicle is the AT-8. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is Karelia. Because the gun is on the left side of the vehicle, I'm going to take up a position on the left side of the map. See how smart I am? And I am undecided about what type of equipment and consumables I'm using. I'm using the turbocharger and the fuel. I'd like to, and I have the spall liner because I spill a lot for all the spalling I'm going to do. That sucks. So in some sense, when you're working on gun marks, being able to shoot long distance is kind of important because you're going to be camping all the time, which is what all Onakums do. You're going to be as far away as possible. You don't get anything for blocking damage. It's moving pretty fast. It's going at 23 or 24. And speed can make a difference. If you've got a fast armored tank, you can do a lot of damage. You can do a lot of bullying. Yeah, you see, even though it's slowing down going up the hill, it's not so bad. Going 15. And I really got to get moving on that damage. The TOG 2 actually has a high penetration gun. It's one of the things that I learned recently while researching penetration values. He only did 49 damage. I've got the spall liner. Yeah, it's jumping around because of my latency that all the stat patterns think doesn't exist. I'm getting low on hit points, so got to get out of here. That's too bad. 807 spotting damage, so I got like another 400 just because I died. But guess what? If I had lived, I also would have gotten that 400. You know what? They were firing APCR at me. I guess I should have fired APCR back. I'm not used to firing gold rounds. I just never do it. Like, I could play 1,000 games and fire no gold rounds. But because, I need to get those gun marks, I'm going to be firing them a lot more often. Like, this only has 10 gold rounds. I'm going to have to put in more. 239, that's really good. He has an issue with his crew, so I'm going to send his crew into the barracks, and I'm going to load them up into here. And we're going to get the 2 times bonus and the premium tank crew bonus and the thingy with the bonus at the end. Am I short a loader? I'm short a loader, so I might have to pull in the TOG loader, I guess. So there's a little bit of a penalty for loading, but I'll be fine. And maybe I should take this out. I don't know. You know what? I probably should, because in the game, you're going to spend a lot of time looking for a target when you're already loaded. So I'm going to demount it. And I will put in maybe this one, improved aiming. You know what? Maybe that was a bad choice, because this is not a vehicle where you do hit and run and close combat. This is one where, I don't know. This is one where you're going to be sitting most of the time. So you want your hull movement. Maybe it's the hull movement one that's a better option. And I might have to pull the vents off. So I'm going to tell you something interesting I discovered. I had a vehicle where I had vents on it, and I noticed that when the vents increases your crew EXP, and when I removed it and put the muffler silencer, it was better to just use vents for the camo. This vehicle, why did it stop? This vehicle is the FV215B183. This is a British Tier 10 tank destroyer. The map is Lakeville. You may have heard me say, you see this telephone pole right here in the middle, and then there's a bush over here? You may have heard me, oh, come on, nobody's going down the middle road. You may have heard me say that that's a very good sniping position. And it is, but unfortunately my allies didn't do any spotting, so thank you for just ramming me. You're welcome. So we're going to have shots in the town, you see what I mean? The perfect shot. There he is. You see how I can hit him over here? He's in a spot where he thinks he's safe. But what he doesn't know is that he's not safe. He's safe. Could have sworn I just saw some vehicles over here. Am I... Okay, there's a building that's blocking me. Maybe now is when you gotta move to this bush. It doesn't look like there's a shot through there. Okay, so I'm going to declare this a horrible position. Don't ever play it. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, you firing at me? Okay, so that is what I was referring to. Unfortunately, they spotted me. Oh, there's an EBR right there. Good to know that our team is up on that. Okay, so we're going to worry about these guys over here. Yeah, there's a leopard over here. Well, that was a good game. If only every game were like that. I'm sorry that I don't read the chat while I'm playing. Maybe there's a way to do it someday, but right now I can't do that. Okay, we're going to get a gun mark on this today. Wait, did I want to change something? I got to figure out how to handle the repairs. I got to make sure my crew has all the repairs, and maybe I'll stop using the small repair kit. Oh, you've got the toolbox, allows you to repair faster. It's funny, they should make it so that the toolbox allows you to do repairs. More people would use it, right? Okay, so for repairs, your gun can get damaged, your tracks, your engine, etc. If your gun gets damaged, you can fix that with the armorer guy. So what I need to do is go through all of the different things that could be damaged and figure out which ones I can do with and which ones I can't do without. Like, you don't like it when your engine is bad, but maybe having the fuel consumable and the turbo booster might make it so that the engine damage might not be so bad. And I don't know if track damage causes your traverse speed to slow down. Yeah, so the gun can be fixed with a crew skill. And also, yeah, with a crew skill. And this one has pretty good aim anyway, so maybe a damage gun wouldn't be so bad. Oh, look at that. They're all going to the same side. What a smart team. I'm smart. Oh, someone posted in the chat, I read something about always go for the lowest hit point vehicle. It's not entirely true. I mean, the guy was up against 4 tanks. They were going to kill him. He was really only going to get... He only got 2 shots in, of which 1 missed. So I think he should have gone for the higher hit points. Because it was going to be his last shot of the game. The gun can't go up there? What's wrong with this? Is that real? Oh, I can't aim up there. I screwed that up. Is there something wrong? You can see how much I play this game. I'm sorry, this tank. Okay, this is not working out. Ah! It's just one screw up after another. Yeah, so I got to get used to the handling. This is easy when you're far away. If I can take this guy out, it's really going to help my team, because it's going to free up my ally to go get killed later. I know it doesn't do me any good to go up there, so why not go? That's what a smart person would do. You can make a lot of critical mistakes with equipment. I'm going to give you an example. I used to equip my light tanks for camo until I realized that it was a waste. You know, you want to equip for spotting, not for camo. Yeah, he looks like he's really in the game. Got to watch that Leo out of the corner of my eye. Another one hit point, and the boogie had 4. F him. I don't have time to play with you, man. My allies haven't come around yet. I don't have a repair kit. The hell is that loser? He's losing is where he is. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to miss that M44. I just heard an amazing sound from outside, right out of a video game. Yeah, you can use the auto aim with this. In fact, you can use the auto aim with any tank. This one happens to be auto aim friendly. Okay, S51. Yeah. I guess I'm climbing up here. Got 1,500 damage. That's pretty good. I deserve more. Am I doing something wrong here? Yeah, you're doing something wrong. There he is. AMX's last stand. They should put the encounter base at the top of the hill. Or make it assault defend. I mean, I would have so much fun. I would put the assault defend, put the defend up at the top of the hill. So obviously you want to run down the side of the hill at this point. But you don't want your crew to die because then you don't get the EXP. I'm probably going to use the manageable bonus for the FV because the crew really needs it. And it does take in the ×2 for victory. So I did get some blind firing, and I don't know who I hit. But it says 1690, which means that I hit, I don't know, maybe it was a T1 heavy. I think I have the coronavirus. Actually, I did have the coronavirus back in February. AT8, 1700 damage. I will tell you the coronavirus story, as I've said many times. Ahem. 62.29. This one fell. Okay, so we need the repair kit. Oh, there's no more toolbox. Wasn't there a toolbox over here before? I gotta pull up a tier 8 medium. I already gun marked the M4A1, which is what he's playing. So we'll go in with the Lorraine. M4A1, I did it maybe yesterday. I've almost gotten gun marks on all of my premium tanks, just the first gun mark. And then what I'll do is go back and do the second gun mark on all the premium tanks, because you really want to focus on the crew, leveling up the crew, so that when they go into the regular tanks, you've got way better crew and big advantage. Yeah. I am streaming this live. For those of you who don't know, this is a live stream on YouTube today. This is the Lorraine 40T. This is a French Tier 8 medium tank. The map is Siegfried Line. You see it's moving, jumping around a little bit because of my little red dots over here. I gotta fix something real quick. Normally I like to help with the field, you know, help my team out, because if the enemy takes the field, our SPGs are out of the game. But it looks like the enemy wasn't spotted. I can't wait to play light tanks again. Oh, that was easy. think I could hit that light tank out there? No. You thought wrong if you said yes. F you, man. F you. Hello. Bonjour. It's got 2 autoloaders. Obviously, I want to get off to the side as much as possible. So, obviously you're going to say, well, that's not good gameplay. But, I want to help my team out. Teamwork is more important to me than winning. Because you got to remember, some people on the team are just not good players. So we're talking about teamwork with people that aren't good players is more important to me than winning. I'm not the type of person where I say, you have to be a good player, otherwise F you. These guys are making it difficult. I want to go out there, but I can't. I want to pay a visit to Waffenträger here. I was scratching my nose. I know you didn't see it on the video feed. I took my hand off the keyboard for a moment. Oh, man. So I missed, I bounced off that 704. When I saw him on the mini map, I didn't know what armor angle I was going to get. I was expecting it was going to be side armor. My expectation was wrong. So we're going to watch my platoon mate. You can see he's right here with the M4A1. This isn't such a bad tank. The camo on it is also not so bad, even though I don't like it at all. But I do like the Bring the Heat. You want to use the gun on the front. You don't want to use the machine gun. Yeah, it looks like he's out of the game. Okay, so I did get 1,400 damage. Okay, so again, I apologize to people that are watching the live stream. I can't see the chat while I'm playing, and I only go in real quick to see what's going on. You know what? My platoon mate here, he might be waiting for the M4A1. So about latency, if you have a problem with ping time, what you do is you open up your command window, CMD on Windows, and you type the ping command. You do ping -t 8.8.8.8, and you can see the ping time. That's actually to Madrid, Spain, and I know that because I was in Madrid, Spain when I did it, and I got amazing ping response, like 2 milliseconds. So if you're in the US, you want to know the server for wargaming. You have to look up the IP address. It's in St. Louis or something like that. And if you ping that server, you'll know how good your connection is to the server or to the login server. I don't know if it's the same as the game server. It's probably not. And then there is another thing you do. You type ipconfig on Windows, and on Linux it's ifconfig, and it will show you the gateway to your Wi-Fi, and you ping the gateway to your Wi-Fi, and it will tell you how fast your connection is to your Wi-Fi. So what might happen is you might be playing and you might get packet loss, and it could be your Wi-Fi router. It'll happen once in a while. Even if you're right next to it, it could happen. Especially if your Wi-Fi router. Yes, I did sneeze. So your Wi-Fi router could be right next to you, and you can still get packet loss. It's better to be on the wire. If you're on the wire, you're not gonna lose packets on the wire unless it's super heavy traffic, which is really unlikely because it's like 1 gigabit, and you're only using like not even 1% of that. So we got to wait for his tank to come in. When I finish gun marking, I'm going to play light tanks and autoloaders pretty much exclusively. And it's going to take me at least another year just to go through the first and second gun marks. And then the third gun mark, I don't know, maybe I won't do them at all. I don't know. But it's going to take a lot longer. The third gun marks are slow to get them. But I'm also going to have an amazing crew. And I'm going to be an amazing player. And I'll learn to stop being too aggressive. When you platoon with someone, you get a credit bonus. Even if you don't have a premium account, you can get a credit bonus if the other player has a premium account. And you get an EXP bonus. This is where it explains it. 15% if you have Watt Premium, 10% if the platoon member has Watt Premium. So you get extra silver, but you could also argue all the time you're waiting for your tank, you're not earning silver. There are some regular tech tree tanks that earn a lot of credits. I believe the M44 SPG is the highest earning tank in the game. And maybe the S35 is also. You can look it up on the internet. They'll show you which tanks earn a lot of silver. Must be a tough game. Wow, look at that. I won all sorts of prizes here. It's going to be. I really want to check this out real quick. I'm not going to get a chance to look. I'll have to look at it later. It says I won a lot of these missions, is what it was. Live Oaks. This is one of my lowest win rate maps, and it's funny because it's one of the most fun ones to play on. But it is very difficult. I play a very difficult game. If you watch my strategies on this map, you know what I'm talking about. I also cheat whenever I can. Big part of the strategy. Okay, it's easier from the north spawn to play my strategy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this town area, and I'm going to try to ambush the tanks that are heading to the town. And I'm sorry, I can't chat and type and play and all this, but my platoon mate wants to chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, into these buildings. And, the Anacoms don't go where I go, but... Oh, come on. See, that's Anacom gameplay. That's how you know I'm an Anacom. You can see my allies all came to town. Oh, you don't want to go up against him. Go up against these losers. I think I missed him. Yeah, all misses. Mrs. Butterworth. You know what? I might need to get out of here because there's a tank over there. So some of these places that you pass... Oh, you got to watch out for the SPG. I'm going to get out of here. The reason why is because Burask, you don't know if he's reloaded or not, right? For the SPG, I'm going to park it like this. Gives me a little bit of extra protection. Okay, don't go to that house. I wish I could explain in detail. It's safer to go to like these houses because you have stuff that can block you on your escape. See what I mean? You've got that, like, sheds over here. It's harder for him to hit you. I waited way too long, and I missed the SU-101. He's probably not going to go through here, so I missed him again. Oh, man. Yeah, so this didn't work out at all. I missed a lot of easy shots. I'm not going to be able to play this position anymore. I'm going to have to leave. You know what? I missed that SU-101. He retreated. I could have nailed him. I know I was going to miss that shot, but, I'm going to take the shot anyway. It's too bad. I wanted to go get that. Oh, you go through these buildings, and it's a lot safer. You go through here, and then you go through here where this tree is. This is a position I play often, which is right over here. I'm going to go out and come back for many reasons, one of them being that I'm not loaded. Oops, sorry. Oh, I was low on hit points. Too bad. I wanted to side scrape, but there was an ally next to me. It looks like he left. Normally, it doesn't work out that way. Normally, what I do is I'll come over here, spot the tanks going this way, shoot at them, and then advance over to this position and do the same thing as they get closer. But there was a bat chat over here, which is rare. They're usually over here, and the Buras got me. You see where the T-92 is? I don't think you should go in that way. You should go in kind of halfway where the houses are, because you've got the sheds on between some of the houses which block the shots, and if you make it right to where I'm pointing on the mini map, it's a very well protected area, and you have trees to knock down, and you can shoot at all these tanks over here. And you know what? It never works. I do damage, but my allies never do. I'll spot the tanks, and the allies won't shoot at them. Doesn't matter what tier it is. Okay, I was just checking the chat. There was a question about VPNs. So I'm going to tell you my opinion, and you have to do whatever I tell you. Oh, I would love to play that Barask. Okay, so VPNs can improve your connection. It's not what they're designed to do, but it can work because it will reroute you through a different network. Not platooning anymore. When I start the next game, I'll go into detail about VPNs. I need to go right now into detail. I have to, let's just say, take a break. I am back. I quite unwisely stared at the lights, which means I am now partially blind. Oh, it's so far away. Okay, I'm going to have to go with this. I am going to build a green screen in the background. I have to find the material. Not going to play this because he doesn't have the stuffs. Going to check out the gun marks, and I'm going to talk about VPNs as soon as I start the game. We'll play the FV215B183. I think I need to level up some crew. Yeah, he's at 95. So I am going to move him into the AT-15A so I can get the double experience. You can see I already got 2 gun marks on this. Now I'm going to put him in the Excalibur. Anybody that's under 100%, I'm going to move in here. So that when they go back into their original tank, they'll have more experience and maybe they'll level up. What does he need? You know what? I'm going to play a game first, and then I'm going to decide. He's got a fast-firing gun. This is a type of tank where you're going to fire at the enemy more than once. Karelia? Okay, so I'm going to talk about VPNs. There's something called a VPN, and there's another product called a GPN. It can improve your performance. I tried them. they can stabilize your connection. They'll reroute you through another connection, and I'll explain to you different reasons why they work or don't work. In the case of a GPN, it's intended for the gamer community. So GPNs are speed and performance related, but a VPN is not. VPN just routes you through a private network, and you shouldn't expect it to be faster. Way back in the 1990s, I had a T1 line, what was called a fractional T1 line, in my apartment. And it was really cheap. It was like $250, or maybe it was $750 a month. I really don't remember what it was. Oh, F you guys. And the reason why is because my traffic went to Saudi Arabia, from New York City to Saudi Arabia, and then back to the U.S. They had the connection and nobody was using it, so it sold real cheap. So I got a good deal on it. But it also slows down the connection with the latency. It might add 200 milliseconds ping time, but it wasn't relevant for my website, so it was called PickBot. It was actually a pretty popular site. It had photos of celebrities. So in that case, a VPN could have worked. Oh, I don't know if it would have, because all of my traffic went to Saudi Arabia. Even if it had gone through the VPN, it probably still would have gone to Saudi Arabia. But VPNs can fix some of the lousy routing that occurs because somebody's saving money somewhere. A GPN is different. A GPN, they try to give you the best connection from one place to another. But the issue with me is that I have to go across the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. So the GPN doesn't matter, because I still have to get the 170 milliseconds across the ocean, whether I like it or not. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't make that faster. And what happens is it goes across the ocean, and then it goes from city to city. It goes from like Seattle to Denver, and then to Chicago, and then to St. Louis, and then it gets to the wargaming server. And I know because I've tracked it. Nobody played out over here. So a GPN can fix it because it can route me better within the United States. And what I discovered was that the VPN made some things better and some things worse. But then again, I think I was only paying for the free the free VPN. He didn't spot me. I'm invisible. Let my allies finish him. There are SPGs in the game, so they could easily take me out. I'm going to keep on moving. Okay, so we don't know where that MT-25 is, which is going to be a little bit of an issue. Can't really shoot up there unless I take a really aggressive position. I'm too low on hit points to do any scouting. This could be it for me. Too late. Too late, too little, as they say. Oh, he might be coming this way. He's bad. My only luck is that he gets spotted and then has to run away. My team won in the northeast. I wanted to help out with that tiger, but I don't think I'm going to have a clear shot on him. I wish he would just let me get him. This is not good. $1,400 damage. Score 7 to 10. What I was planning on doing was I was going to drive through here and kill that guy, come around here, kill that guy, kill both of these guys, keep on going. 1,400 damage. Excalibur. Checking the chat. Okay, so I was playing the game to gauge if I should make any changes. I'm thinking camo might be one of the things I'm going to add. I can wait because the thingy over here is in the weighty mode. See how smart I am? The game should be over any moment now. Right now. It should be over any moment now. I think I'm going to go for camo. You know, I forgot to check the spotting. Spotting helps with gun marks because you will spot more vehicles. So I recommend that. And then maybe I'll add the camo. Because if not, you have to do more damage. You have to snipe more if you don't spot. And I'm usually not standing still, so the binocs don't work very well. Where's the 88? Okay, it's over. Ask me how I know. I'm psychic. Okay, that was Excalibur. What change was I going to make? I believe I am going to add the exhaust system. There it is. Coated optics, 40 meters. I think that's pretty good, so I'm going to add it. I'm going to check concealment. I guess I'm going to go for it. So this is going to switch to here. And then this will become the exhaust system, so I can be sneaky and hide. +5. Yeah, I did something earlier today where I took the vents off and added the exhaust system, and it ends up that with the vents, it was equal to having the exhaust system. And the vents improve so many things that the smart thing to do was just leave vents on. Maybe it was the STRV that it happened on. It is so early in the morning. It's like 6 or 7 a.m. Pearl River. Pearl. I got a funny story about Pearl River. Yeah, look at that. I got 3 swords. Don't know what it means, but I got it. I have no idea what that means. suicided 3 times. Tier 876 game. This vehicle is the Excalibur. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is Pearl River. I am going to tell a story about a dog named Freud. So when I went to college, I had a computer which was a Commodore Amiga, and a friend of mine had a Commodore Amiga, and we were chatting on a bulletin board, and we were chatting, and it ends up that he asked me what school I went to, and I answered him, and he said he wanted to meet with me, and ended up we went to the same school. So he lived on the other side of campus, and he was friends with a Japanese woman, and she was a lot older. We were all 18. She was like 30 years old. He got here before I did. I wonder if he used the trick. And eventually, years went by, and we all graduated from school, you could say, and we moved to different parts of Long Island. The woman's name was Sumie Iwasawa. I'm a big fan of Japanese people. Oh, you can't get behind it. I have no hit points left. Okay, so Sumie Iwasawa was her name. And at some point, she had her apartment, and he had his apartment, and I had my apartment, and one day she mentioned for some reason we were going to her place, because we often did. We were visiting. She lived in Queens, and Tomas and I lived in Long Island. We lived together with my brother, which that right there is a laugh. There's a lot of funny stories with that. So, had a beautiful house, and I used to have a business where I sold nonlinear video editing equipment, and I sold computer equipment and hard drives and stuff like that. And most of the money came from hard drives because the technology was changing so fast that you would make a lot of money. Like, you put the ad in the magazine for $1,000 hard drive, and then it comes out a month later, and then the guy orders it, and by then the hard drive is $200, so I make huge profit. And that's what was going on. And I was selling really good, high-quality drives. They were like $3,000. Oh, I didn't know I was spotted. They were $3,000 hard drives. Did my 6 cents go off? Some of my tanks might not have 6 cents. You know what? It wouldn't have mattered because we're about to win the game anyway. So my team ripped me off for like 1,000 damage. So I'm going to fast forward. She mentioned that there was a dog in the apartment, a Great Dane, perhaps. It was Sumie's roommate's dog. She said the dog's name was Freud. And every time she did it, she didn't say, oh, yeah, the dog's name is Freud. Tomas would say the dog's name is Freud. Tomas would say it normal. He would say, oh, yeah, the dog's name is Freud. She would say, the dog's name is Freud. I said, okay, that's a weird name for a dog. Name it after Sigmund Freud. The dog's name was not Freud. One day I was sitting there, and they're talking to Freud, and I said, wait a second. The dog's name is Floyd. That was the Excalibur. 1569 damage, which is the best I've done all year. Pearl River. The pearl is in the river. It aims pretty quick, so we're going to check the aim time again, which is here. 1.58 is like the best you can get. And if you add an enhancement, it's by percentage. So at 1.5, you get 0.15. At 2.0, you get 0.2. You know, it has less of an impact if you already aim well. It says one of the guys, oh, he's from the AT8. Okay, so we're going to dump, he's from the AT8 clan. We're going to dump him. Just want to make sure everybody's been dumped. I'm big on dumping. And I am going to move into the AT15A. Look at that, a ×4 and a ×5. This guy's an Abbott, which means he's 0 skill BIA. He's a premium tank. We want to level him up. So we're going to put him in. We're going to get additional bonus by playing with him. This guy is at 99%. We could just let him play in the Achilles, but you know what? We're going to level him up too. We're going to go for the Abbott because he gets way more crew EXP. And we're going to take the 94%er. And then we're going to look for an Abbott, which is right here. But he's also a loader. So maybe it doesn't matter so much. We're going to have to switch him out of loader. Oh, I don't have equipment here. So I am going to probably put this thing because I don't need to put in the cash. Oh, you know, this could be cool. Suspension repair speed. Suspension durability. This is like a toolbox. And to hit points. Maybe that's the one to use. You know what? You should probably use a turbo. I am going to play a game. Would you like to play a game? He's going to need gold rounds because I need to get the gun mark. I'm going to go for this because it earns you EXP if you can spot further. Then we'll get into a game. See what we win. We win a base reward ×5 EXP. I'm going to go to McDonald's today, and I know you're saying, who cares? When you live in the Philippines, trust me. The food is so bad here, especially with the quarantine. So here in the Philippines, a lot of people, if you live on the main road, they open up the window and they serve food out of their home. And they put all the food on like a shelf at the main window. And they usually serve ground pork, hot dogs, fish, and Chinese vegetables. So that's where I eat every day, a lot of hot dogs. But it's cheap. You pay like $1, you get 4 or 5 hot dogs. Invisible contribution. Oh, it will be invisible. It's taken me a while to get this Chimera, mostly because I got to do all the German. All the German ones are high damage. But I do have the Jagdpanzer E100, so... Blah, 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 blah. Think I could plow through this? Yeah, he's no match for me. Notice the amazing graph 3D effect. I wanted to do 3D development when I was in college. I used to do 3D graphics. This we're talking about the 1990-ish. And I did 3D modeling. And the first thing everybody does is always a cube. But the second thing I did was a tank. And a tank is 3 cubes. You put one for the hull, one for the turret, and one for the gun. And the way it would work is you have to render it, and you have to add light sources and stuff, and everybody always forgets to turn the lights on. So when you render it, it would take 24 hours to render 3 cubes that were the color green, and then it would just be a black picture because you forgot to turn the lights on. So when you take a lot of wild shots, you lose the medal for getting many penetrations in a row, but it also grows your testicles. I'm going to get banned from YouTube. Your cajones, or pelotes. I don't remember how you say it in Italian. Your meatball. So my gunner died. I don't know how this is going to affect my my gunning. Look at that. I got a damaged engine. I'm guessing it's aiming more slowly. F you, man. F you. Fu man. I could be very vulnerable here. See how fast it goes? Yeah, so there's an example where I got spotting damage on the STA-2 because I added in the thing where you look with your eyes, coded optics. The T-34-85M was firing gold rounds. It's something you got to be aware of. The issue with coming out here is that the SPG can hit me too easily. Score's 9-3. They do have to run and hide. There is a scorpion in the game. I am going to zigzag. Just getting the spotting damage can make it worth it. Come on. Just going to blind fire, right? Oh, there's a tree. It's definitely aiming more slowly because my gunner's dead. Yeah, so I need the jack of all trades. Or should we call him the jerk of all trades? If you never saw the movie The Jerk, it was a really good movie. Didn't get a lot of damage in the game, which is a little bit disappointing. No, it's really disappointing. They hammered me really hard. Okay, so because I have a lot of crew, you see the Abbott and Abbott and Abbott, these are 0 skill BIA. I'm going to apply this. And they are here so that I can level them up. Like this guy's at 89% and he's at 96. So we're going to kick them up. We'll see if this goes up from the 116. It's only going to go up this amount, I think. Yeah. So this is going to, it's going to use up this. And it went up to 117. And we're going to see if we got Jack of all trades. It actually does have Jack of all trades. This is AT-15A. And that was Fisherman's Bay. What was I talking about? Don't remember. That wasn't the Freud video. Excaliburs go into tank destroyers. Medium tanks go into medium tanks. And these go into those. I'm going to take a moment to check the chat. How do you do well in all your games? Do you know the Excalibur is actually the name of a sword? Never knew that. Used by King Arthur. And you didn't know I had a brother. Yeah, my brother's an idiot. Hey, Joe. You know you're an idiot. I don't have to tell you. Yeah, his name is Joe, too. So Eddie Van Halen died. It's on my news site. You know, I should check my news site. We're going to dump these guys, and then we're going to get back to gun marking the Achilles and the AT-8. Checking my news site. I added a new feature to refresh the page every 15 minutes. I just want to make sure it's working, and it is. At 10 o'clock, I can order McDonald's, so I need another hour and 15 minutes. McDonald's! And I am building a green screen, which I'm going to put far away in the background. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't have a lot of space here. I just moved here like a week ago. A week or two ago. Small hotel room. This one, I think you could play either side. It depends on what your allies do. If there's too many, I need more gold rounds on this. Because I'm spamming gold now. Okay, so today I'm going to tell stories about college. This is the AT-8. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is what it is. The map is steppes. So just in case this T-71 does some good spotting, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think he will. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I'm going to come up here and offer him some support. It's going to be emotional support. I'm not going to actually do any work. Yeah, he didn't do any good spotting. What he did, I would have done way more than what he did. With this vehicle, you can use the auto-aim. And I'm angling where I think the enemy might fire from. marking where the SPG is. And there's another SPG over here. And now you see that we need more allies on the east side. So I'm going to head to the east side. I used to live in New York on the east side, on the Upper East Side. Don't want to catch the cooties. Okay, so I'm going to tell some college stories. For 2 weeks, I lived in my car. And not only did I live in my car, but two of us lived in my car. And at least one night, there was a third person who lived in the car. So what happened was we rented a house. And the house was available 2 weeks after school ended. So we had to leave the dorms. And we had no place to live. And I lived 5 or 6 hours away, and my roommate lived like in Texas compared to New York. So instead of driving, you know what we could have done was I just should have said, just come with me back to Syracuse. My parents wouldn't have cared. And we ended up living in the car. It was actually a van. It was a minivan. And there was a lot of room. It was actually very comfortable. And we could cuddle. Yeah, it definitely has faster aim when your crew works. He's leaving because I have the gold rounds loaded. Oh, F you, man. Yeah, they're firing gold rounds at me. I wasn't paying attention. They were firing gold rounds at me. So, one person would lie on the floor, and then there was you could fold the bench in the back to like a bed. So I would lie down over there because I'm shorter. And my roommate was tall. And for 2 weeks, he was actually only there for like 10 days. And we used to park on campus. We would sleep at the beach, stuff like that. And I put blankets to cover the windows. And on top of that, I had all my stuff in the van. And he kept his stuff at his girlfriend's house. And after 2 weeks, I was already at campus. I remember one day I woke up and looked out the window, and like the campus security was right there parked near me. And I just drove away. And, he sees his vehicle drive away, and it was like, who got in that car? And 3 times I saw people break into cars next to me on campus. But that's another story. That was a horrible game. 88. So I get distracted while playing. I can't get good games and chat at the same time. I'm reading the online chat. How do you do well in all your games? That I'll explain. Just going to check what's going on here. 62.29. That's pretty cool. I think he needs the... Oh, no, he doesn't. Let's see if he's 2 loaders. He needs to wait for crew, so I can't play that. And we'll put him up with some camo. Natural cover. Okay, how do you do well in your games? I will explain. For many years, I just never did well because I sometimes would play 500 millisecond ping time. And, when there's a 5 times weekend, I would just play. I don't care about the stats. There's nothing I can do about it. And there were a lot of games when I'd be driving, like on Abbey going to the east side, and then all of a sudden you get latency or packet loss, and then when you get back in the game, you drove into the river. Ensk. This is the most hated map in the game. So what happened was, having a good internet connection, my gameplay shot up dramatically, number one. Number two, playing ranked battles, my gameplay shot up dramatically, because if you didn't have a good game, you would fall back. There was an incentive to have a good game in order to advance. This is the Achilles. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer. The map is Ensk. This is like either the Jackson or the Wolverine. So I was talking about how I improved my gameplay. One is by playing ranked battles. That made a huge difference because there's an incentive to win. And not only, and you know what? My win rate was actually really low. But what happened was I did well even when we lost, so I advanced. And that's what I noticed. My win rate is low in random battles, but I do well when we lose, which means that it helped me for ranked battles, even though it doesn't help you for random battles. So the other thing is, having a good internet connection made a huge difference. When I got a real internet connection instead of the hotel internet, my win rate shot up. It went from like 49% to 54% or something like that. It went up by 6%. Crazy high. Look at that. He just exploded. Another thing, using gold rounds, your win rate will skyrocket. Playing overpowered tanks, your win rate will skyrocket. Anybody who tells you otherwise, having those overpowered tanks and the high penetration makes a huge difference. For frontline, it made a 25% difference. He's obviously behind the building. The other thing you have to do is you have to play selfishly. If you do teamwork, you're not gonna do very well, because under teamwork, if your ally needs help, you're gonna go help him, but then you're gonna die. If you don't want to leave a flank unwatched or unprotected, so you're going to be responsible and you're going to go do it, and then you're going to die because you're going to be outnumbered. Or it's the end of the game and no one's willing to scout, and if nobody does it, then no scouting gets done. And Anakim would never scout. Anakim demands that you scout for him, and that's it. There's no exception. So what you have to do in order to have better win rates is run away when the going gets tough. Leave your allies behind if they need your help. Use overpowered tanks. And all the other reasons I explained. Never scout. Let your allies do all the tough work. Hide and make sure your allies take all the damage, not you. Yeah, so we obviously killed each other. Yeah, we killed each other. It's because of my ping time. If my ping time were normal, I would have killed him. But because my ping time is 240, anytime it's even, they have the advantage over me. Everybody has a little slight advantage. And it's evident so often in the game. 1,500 damage. Dommage. So I'm checking in the chat. Does your brother play World of Tanks? He does, but he doesn't play very often. I actually saw him in a game once. He was on the enemy team. And back then we had the open chat where you could chat with the enemy team, and I said hello to him. He just ignored me. His name is Eep-Op Orc Ah, which means I love you, but of course you know that because you watch the Jetsons. And he doesn't love anyone. He plays another game. You know what I'm talking about. He plays War Thunder. He doesn't play World of Tanks. But he's like me. He really goofs around a lot in the game. Like, he likes to fly the bombers, but he does it for fighter combat. Yeah, so I leveled up most of the crew, except for this one guy, Irvin. Maybe I should get rid of the aimer thingy and replace it with... I would consider Binox. I like turbochargers. AT-8, I think I get a gun mark soon, so we could play the AT-8. I think the reason why I chose a Spall liner is because I didn't want to pay for the coated optics. That's why I think it's there. Because there's a discount coming up like 2 weeks from now. And I have a headache. You know what I have to do? I got to put my glove on my head. It'll make my headache go away. I know you're all saying, no, that's not true. Ghost Town. This used to be a great map a long time ago. You know, I don't mind it so much now, but it was way more fun back then. Back then, the main battle was in the middle all the time. For consistency, I always go to the same side. I'm going to go to the right. There's a new position I want to try out. And by try out, I mean force upon my viewers. It's basically in this area, like the C8 area. And the reason why is because you can shoot at the guys up here, and you can shoot at the guys that come through the middle over here, which will happen. However, it's not easy. It's not a perfect spot. The last time I did it, I did get clobbered. The reason why it's not perfect is because the level of the road surfacing in the town, it's going to be a little bit hard to snipe into the town. But maybe this is the position to play right here. Oh, he already spotted me. What an effing loser. There is SPG in the game, so I am going to have to move. That repaired pretty quick. Didn't take any damage. Looks like the enemy is showing up over here. Maybe these bushes is the place to be. We'll call it these green acres over here. You know, Zsa Zsa Gabor was married to Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel. But you knew that. She used to slap police officers. It's getting cold. Yeah, so back in... I don't know, maybe it was in the 90s. Zsa Zsa slapped a police officer. She got pulled over, and she slapped him. So this is an example where I want to help out my team, but there's also self-preservation. What an Unicum would do is run away. Unicum doesn't help the team out. Puts himself first, and that's it. And then he blames you and says, "Oh, you overextended yourself." Okay, he tricked me with that little jig maneuver. Oh, he's shooting for my cupola. When they're shooting for your cupola, you want them to move at an angle, because if you just reverse, it's easier for them to hit it. But if you move at an angle, it's harder for them, but easy for them to hit your tire. You overextended yourself. I picked the wrong side. If I had gone to the other side, there were lots of tanks there. So what I should have done is just moved over there more quickly. Oh, man. There was 800 damage. See what's going on in chat. Have a good time. I play Watt B. I also play Watt B. I play Watt B also. He's still in battle. Okay, so I played ranked battles, and what happens is sometimes the Unicums would just suddenly leave a flank. If they were going to a flank and they can't spot the enemy, but the enemy spots them, they just leave the flank and go all the way on the other side of the map, and they won't even try. And if you're playing a slow tank like a Jagdpanzer E100 or a slow SPG, they'll just abandon you. That's what Unicums do, and I saw it over and over again in ranked battles, and they were the blue players and the purple players. That's how they play. It's not a cool thing to do. Like if you're in a clan and you do that, you would get kicked out of the clan. But, they risk their team or their allies just to keep themselves alive. And, I mean, that's a horrible thing to do. Let's see what Mando left. $63. This will be easy to get the gun mark. I don't know a lot about World of Tank Blitz because I play on the Asia server, and they have problems with the latency. It's a server problem. Like there's a website called wgstatus.com, and you can check all the servers, and there's a lot of problems with the Asia server, so I had to stop playing World of Tank Blitz. I didn't have good luck with this tank in the middle, so this time I'm going to go here on the ground. Yeah, great job, Oho. This is the AT-8, also known as the AT-8. This is a British Tier 6 tank destroyer, and the map is Cliff, which was named after Cliff Clavin. So I was talking about World of Tank Blitz. I like World of Tank Blitz. I actually have a 70% win rate on World of Tank Blitz. It has different maps, and I don't know the game very well. So, there's only a few tech trees. I've only got a few tanks in the game. And I've... Until he gives in to me. You see he's pushing the tank? Good job spotting, guys. You're doing a great job. Because maybe if you wait, then nothing will happen. Maybe while you're spotting, your SPG could twiddle his thumbs. I'm surprised I haven't been spotted yet. There it is. Oh, good job. Good job. They didn't even spot him. So I'm getting destroyed here. I get bored. If nothing's happening, I get really bored with the game. And guess what? Now I have to reverse. You know what? F you. F you, man. I can't spot him because my commander's dead. And he left. See, that's what an Unicum would do. Just leave. The Cromwell is trying to spot the T-28, but he didn't. So because I have the issue with the commander, I have to leave. I have no choice. I don't even know if I'm spotted. So now the whole team's going to fall apart. He's not going to spot. Those other guys are leaving. And I'm guessing the Cromwell died. And I know I should not have crossed out in the open like that, but I didn't think it was going to be such a disaster. I thought, oh, they're going to fire at me. The T-28 is going to spot the guy. We're going to shoot back at him. None of that happened. I mean, he's got one of the... Oh, maybe he doesn't. He's got a well-armored tank. There's nothing wrong with the armor on his vehicle. I don't know if I'm spotted, so I gotta hide. Like where the KV2 is, what's he going to do? And even the T-28, what are they going to do? Why were they there? They're not playing when they're in those positions. And if I hadn't done what I did, we would have been in exactly the same situation we're in right now, except I would have had more hit points. Only difference. I'm guessing I was spotted. I don't know, so I have to move a little bit. Try to find a better position. We are all low on hit points, and the enemy isn't even trying to come after us. Don't you think that's a little weird? I wish I could make it up to there. That would have been a much better position to be in. But I don't want to risk it right now. Someone said a tree moved, but we don't know where. When the enemy isn't spotted, your SPGs can't do anything. And what's happening is, let's say there's 2 minutes left in the game. You're all like, we're going to wait until there's 30 seconds left in the game. That's 6 shots your SPG couldn't take. You don't want to make mistakes like that. If you wait, your allies have less opportunities to fire, and they have long reloads. So if you go in with 30 seconds left, your SPG might only get to fire 1 shot. Might have to pull up a gold round for that. SU-100 is leaving. Huh, I wonder why. Oh, they got me. They cheated. So what do you think? Think he's a genius? I really want to see how this works out. Oh, look at that. He's not so dumb. Except if you get spotted, it's not going to help you. And the SPG is going to fire at you. So it looks like everyone's set up to not shoot at anybody. He's shooting this way. He's probably shooting this way. He's shooting up this way. Yeah, look at that. The triangle. They formed a triangle, a defensive triangle. Very tense. That's actually the hatch for the bathroom. If you're in a KV2 and you need to go, that's the hatch you use to get in and out. Oh, the Steyr, he killed the KV2. So now you think at this point somebody would start using his brain. The Burask is relatively fast. The T-28 prototype is relatively slow. The M12 might be the fastest tank here. And he's not such a great scout, but somebody should go scout, right? SPG show aim point and reloads. You see, like that M12 came out. He knows what he's got to do. He knows he can't hit these tanks. Oh, our SPGs are out of the game. It says a T-28 prototype took him out. Always fun to watch right at this angle. You see all the micro movements they make. Oh, too bad. So the T-28 prototype, he's got to be like out here, right? They know exactly where he is. So what will happen is the T-28 will set up over here and the Burask will come down here. Oh, and they got the SPG. And the Burask will spot him and the T-28 will kill him. That's the way you would win this particular game. Like the Burask is going to show up right over here and then the T-28 will kill him. Well, I guess these guys are not that smart. They're more on the dumber side. Oh, the Burask is a hidden sniper. Secret sniper. Maybe the Burask came out over here and then sniped in. Or maybe. You know, they have breakfast over here in the Philippines, like with McDonald's. Because of the quarantine, they're not open 24 hours anymore. They open at maybe 6 a.m. You can't get hash browns for breakfast. Isn't that crazy? 600 damage. So I did not hit the T-28 with all the blind firing. So that's the AT-8, 600 damage, and that was Cliff. Yeah, if you guys want a platoon, just get in the game and send me a request. Oh, I'm going to read the chat here. How do you get premium rounds? I don't know. How do you get premium rounds? I don't know. You get premium rounds in higher tiers, I think. I know that they're there. I know that Watt Blitz has premium rounds. I've seen them before. They do like a little tutorial. I'm talking about Watt Blitz. They really dumbed it down for beginners, which is what they're starting to do with World of Tanks. So they don't let you have premium rounds in the lower tiers. And then they do this little thing. We're going to show you how to buy premium rounds, but they force you to buy them. And what if you don't want them? They make you buy it. And what I did was I made it at 0. They said, select how many rounds you want and then press buy. I set it to 0, and then you can't buy 0, so then it just hung the game. See that? That's how you know I'm a pro. Yeah, we don't have any light tanks, so. It's good that nobody went over here. Oh, maybe it's because of the arty. They're all scared. I don't know. I'm afraid. They've already got a scout over there. at our base. That's what happens when you don't defend the flank. You leave the whole flank open. The whole team might be over there. Tier 6 and 7 game. I don't know if it's safe for me to advance on these guys. But I am relatively low profile, so maybe it is. Like an Unicum would never do this because it's a risk. And they're low-risk players. So let's see if we can hit the Hellcat. Nah, probably not. I was thinking about reversing to go up the slope, but no, it would not have worked. Nada. And I'm keeping an eye on that Skoda. Oh, how do you like that? The Skoda got out of here. SPG's over here. We got to get rid of this guy. He can't stay around. This is a case where I should have gone backwards instead of forwards. You can see the difference between having stun and not. Tough decisions. They're going to come at us at all angles, and if we do nothing, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. See, what he did was wrong. He should have stayed with me, and we should have gone in together. He would have watched my back, etc. Yeah, I screwed that up. That's an example. Like if... Oh, come on. Why isn't it turning? What's wrong? F this. F this. F this. Is that the game? Oh, thought the game was over. So I really screwed that up. Really screwed that up. And I hit the wrong key. I hit the caps lock key. I'm covering my eyes right now. Yeah, so... $500 damage. I am very hungry. I gotta order some food. Oh, I gotta wait another half an hour. I'm just gonna check Food Panda real quick. That really hurt. You know what? My numbers didn't go down much. The calculations for marks of excellence make no sense. I did virtually no damage in that game. And it barely impacted the mark of excellence. Computer's so slow. It's like I said, I've been using computers since the 1970s. They've never gotten faster. Got Burger King. Burger King has great breakfast sandwiches here. They got Whoppers with eggs. Let's see if there's a breakfast. I don't see breakfast menu. It's 9:30 a.m. And they don't have the Whopper Jr. I mean, makes no sense. They've got the regular Whopper, and they've got like cheeseburger, but they don't have a Whopper Jr. I mean, why would that be? And why don't they have the breakfast menu? I really like those Whoppers with eggs. There was a place in Columbia, I forgot what it was called, that was across from my hotel. I loved the burgers. They had amazing burgers. McDonald's breakfast, they have no hash browns. But then when it gets to lunchtime, they'll have hash browns. It's one of the things I've noticed. And because we are in the Philippines, you can get plain rice or garlic rice. Over here, McDonald's is called McDo, not Mickey D. McDo Original. Chicken McDo. No effing hash browns. Every day, same old disappointment. Oh, I forgot to check burgers. I could get like a triple cheeseburger. Burger, burger, burger. Nope. No burger. So that means Burger King is the only choice. Oh, now they got the Whopper Juniors. Huh. They don't have the Quarter Pound King. Oh, they do. Triple cheeseburger. Quarter Pound King. Quadruple cheeseburger. I'm going to go with a Quarter Pound King. You could get it extra flame grilled. And then I will get large Coke Zero. Oh, they got Coke Zero in a can. They just changed the menu. I was just here like 2 minutes ago and they had Coke Zero. And now it's in a can. I guess I could take 2 cans. Or I could get Sarsi, which is the Philippine drink. You know, they got RC Cola here. And we'll get some hash bites, which are pre-bitten. Chicken nugget burger, that sounds good. Do you have a voucher? Yes, I do. 432. Always put down that you have a voucher. No, I guess it says it can't be used. Oh, I am so hungry. So I'm going to have to wait for this to be delivered. It takes like 20 minutes. It takes like 20 minutes to come around the block. Oh, and you know what? Because of the quarantine, they got to go the long way around. They got to go through the police checkpoint and all that crap. And I don't go through the police checkpoint. I wonder why. Don't want the police to look at any paper-related things. The papers. The papers. Don't want to get arrested. I'm here legally. It's just that I don't have current paperwork for the motorcycle. Should be fine to start a game, so I'm going to start a game.